Well, it's really great to have you here with us for something really important I'd like to talk about. We have been looking forward to this very special day for Signia. We are proud of Signia and its development over the last couple of years. Signia is one of the stars of WS Audiology. It is a unique brand that wants people to be at their best. Signia wants people to be brilliant. That is a bold statement, but one that we have chosen carefully. For many years, Signia stands for disruptive innovation. That is not disruption for the sake of being disruptive, but disruption based on what consumers seek in hearing technology. Signia gets more and more recognition for this combination of hassle-free technology and unique form factors, unique design. Signia Styletto received an IF Design Award in 2019, and 2 weeks ago, Signia Active Pro received one as well. I was so proud of this. And the reviews are raving, not just from audiologists, also from consumer websites who write more and more about our products because they are cool as much as they offer top hearing. Yes, hearing aids that are cool do exist. And today, we take another big step in helping the hearing aid consumers to be brilliant and to have a better life. We will show you technology that is truly unique. We're about to show you a brand new audiology platform we have been working on for many, many years. It can do things no one is able to do, and we believe will not be able to do for a long time. We're proud to introduce to you today and all over the world Signia's new groundbreaking audiology platform, Signia Augmented Xperience, or more simply, Signia AX. And to explain this exciting new technology in more detail, here's our US marketing leader, member of the global marketing leadership, Sheena Oliver.
Thank you, Eric. Sound is all around us, connecting us to other people and the world we live in. Conversations with friends and family, feeling safe and aware of what's happening around us as we navigate our surroundings. But we know that a world filled with all that sound can make it difficult to hear, especially for people with hearing loss. If you have a big group of people all talking at the same time, or softly spoken talkers, or too much background noise, the sounds can just blend together, making it impossible for people with hearing loss to focus on what they want to hear. It can prevent them from understanding conversation partners and from being able to interpret and rely on environmental sounds. And even with a hearing aid, the effort to separate out and focus on what they want to hear can be exhausting. Current hearing aids attempt to solve this bag of issues by using features such as directionality and noise suppression. But a major limitation to both methods is that both speech and environmental sounds captured by the hearing aid are processed in the same stream, in the same bundle of sound, so to speak. Current hearing aids, good ones, would analyze that acoustic environment, identify that some of that acoustic energy is speech and some of it is noise. And then they would assemble a collection of parameter adjustments based on that analysis and apply all of those adjustments to the sound signal. The problem is that as long as it's processed in the same stream, it's always a compromise. You cannot maximize speech quality and the surroundings at the same time. Until now. With the Signia Augmented Xperience platform, we finally have the technology to solve this difficult problem. We are, in effect, completely changing the game. Take a look at this.
Introducing Augmented Focus on the new Signia Augmented Xperience platform. Sounds can blend together, making it hard to hear a conversation partner. Augmented Focus separates the focus area from surrounding sounds into two dedicated processors. One processor optimizes speech for clarity and brings it even closer to the listener. A second processor attenuates the surroundings while remaining recognizable to the listener. These sounds are then recombined with a clear contrast. Augmented Focus, outstanding speech clarity in an immersive environment.
Our new Augmented Focus technology makes Signia's Augmented Xperience hearing aids the first hearing aids ever to completely separate the target speech signal from the surroundings at the input stage, then process the two signals separately in two different processors as completely separate tracks. This means that we no longer have to make this compromise. The speech signal and the surroundings can be optimized and adjusted completely independently and fully optimized without thinking of limitations of the other part. In other words, when an Augmented Xperience hearing aid analyzes the sound signal, it doesn't just identify that there's some speech and there's some noise too, and then apply the appropriate changes to deal with both. It actually pulls the speech and the noise parts of the sound signal apart and sends them through the two separate processing tracks in parallel. Here, they are each adjusted independently so that they are both fully optimized and then balanced with each other in the best way. This results in both clearer speech and a more realistic and meaningful ambient noise that is not intrusive. Our separate processing results in a very clear acoustic contrast between the two signals. The two separate processing engines give each signal a different acoustic color or a different fingerprint. And that difference, that contrast, is carried up to the auditory system to the brain, making it easier for the brain to identify, separate, and understand the speech signal. When we can control both parts individually, it also means that we can choose to augment or enhance one of them, like speech, and pull that closer to the user. A completely new and game-changing way of processing sound to the wearer's benefit. As you can see, Signia Augmented Xperience has the potential to fundamentally change the user experience. And to give you a better understanding of just how much, here is our audiology specialist and global trainer, Erin McAllister-Boujon.
Thank you, Sheena. Signia Augmented Xperience really changes things up. So let's take a listen to how it sounds. In fact, right now you are listening to this pair of Augmented Xperience hearing aids that I have connected to a recording system. So what you hear is the sound that these hearing aids are delivering to the ears. I'm going to keep talking, but I'm going to add some day-to-day sounds in the background through these two speakers, and you'll hear how my speech sounds together with the ambient sounds through Augmented Xperience, which pulls the speech and the ambient sounds apart to optimize each independently. And then I'll change the hearing aid setting so that we can hear the same thing when the speech and the ambient sounds are processed together in a single stream through traditional hearing aid technology. So, right now we're listening in Augmented Xperience. Let's imagine we're in a park on a busy day. There's a lot of activity happening around us. Different sounds are coming from different directions. Listen to how my voice sounds, listen to the ambient sounds, and now I will change to traditional hearing aid processing. Now we're listening with the traditional hearing aid processing. So you can hear how the sound has changed. My voice sounds farther away and flatter together with the background sounds. It doesn't stand out as much. And the ambient sounds around us are less realistic and alive. And now we're back in Augmented Xperience. And my voice is more prominent and it seems closer. you hear a stronger separation between my voice and the background sounds. And it's just overall a more immersive listening experience with realistic surrounding sounds and clear, prominent speech. So let's make one more comparison. Now I've added some music, and we're still listening with Augmented Xperience. So think about how this sounds, and then I will switch once more to the traditional hearing aid processing so that we can compare the difference between the two. Now we're back once more in the traditional hearing aid processing. And you'll hear there's quite a difference in how my voice sounds and in how the music sounds. There's less separation between the two. So now I will go back once more to Augmented Xperience. And now back in Augmented Xperience. Once again, you hear the change in my voice and in the music. Everything sounds more rich and alive. My voice has moved closer to you, and it's more prominent and more separated from the music. It's a pretty significant difference in sound. And that's because in the examples you heard using traditional hearing aid technology, the speech and the ambient sounds were processed together under the same bundle of adjustments. The hearing aids automatically detected what sort of environment the hearing aids were in, and then applied a set of adjustments to the entire sound signal to try to optimize it. And that's helpful technology, as we all know. But the limitation of trying to apply processing adjustments to the sound signal as a whole is that you aren't free to optimize the speech and the ambient sound as much as you would want. You have to make compromises with the processing, and that results in compromises in the hearing experience. And that is the difference that you heard through Augmented Xperience just now. Augmented Xperience detected the sound setting and then separated my speech from the ambient noise before applying any processing, giving it full control over both sound signals. It could then apply different kinds of processing to the speech and to the ambient sound independently in two parallel processing pathways in order to optimize each signal differently. Ambient sounds were kept rich and natural, but attenuated so as not to interfere with the speech. And speech was optimized to sound crisp and clear and to be brought to the foreground for a more realistic, more immersive, more three-dimensional hearing experience.
We are releasing 2 new products featuring the Signia Augmented Xperience technology. And here to tell you all about these releases is our lead audiologist for Signia, Eric Hoydal.
Thank you, Erin. I hope you're all excited after hearing this groundbreaking technology in action. Now, the technology is of course nothing without a vessel. So let's have a look at what the brand new AX devices look like, shall we? The Pure Charge&Go AX is redesigned based on feedback from all of you, and it's built on the success of previous rechargeable models. It's reworked in many ways, including a size reduction, a new receiver system for better fit and performance, new design elements, and more great colors to choose from to accommodate the individual user's preferences better. In addition, we also offer you a Pure device with an integrated telecoil, only slightly bigger in volume, but also with a larger power cell, reaching 36 hours runtime, including 5 hours of Bluetooth streaming. Now, despite the efficiency of the system, you do need to recharge the device at some point. And for full flexibility, we created a selection of 3 chargers for the Pure Charge&Go devices. The basic Pure charger, the Pure Dry and Clean charger, and the Pure Portable charger, which can charge the devices up to 4 times on the go. The real magic is in the chip though. We've achieved so many things on this device that we could only dream of before. And to do so, we needed a big chip upgrade with the power to bring our audiological features to the next level. The 2 processors running in parallel is an example of where the chip shows its power. But besides the computing power upgrade, the chip also runs more efficient than before. leading to power consumption reduction of 22%. The wireless ear-to-ear system's bandwidth is also massively upgraded with 110% more audio signal being transferred simultaneously. And we have even reduced latency between the right and the left device by 60%. Now this means a much smoother and quicker system that reacts to the environment faster and more precise than ever before. Streaming is becoming more and more important, and for the first time we've included a separate dedicated compressor for streaming. This means full control of the offsets of the streaming signal, better sound quality, and we now also included direct Android streaming through Asha-compatible Android phones. The feature list is impressive, and the technical specs are better than ever. But the real potential of Signia AX can only be demonstrated by letting actual wearers assess it in the real world. Now, the circumstances we're in make it very hard to bring people in for testing. But we decided to turn limitations caused by the coronavirus lockdown into new opportunities and use new technology to perform a study in the location that wearers probably know the best, their very own home. The study was run by Hörzentrum Oldenburg in Germany, with all interactions with the participants done remotely. A test suitcase with test hearing devices and all the equipment needed was sent to each of the participants. This allowed the participants to establish a setup for fitting and testing of hearing aids in their very own living room. The study focused on the immediate experience and performance offered by the Signia AX just after the fitting. The Signia Telecare option was used to fit a total of 20 participants with Signia AX. The fitting was based on the AX fit rationale with only a minimum of fine-tuning being done. Just after the fitting, the participants were asked to have a conversation with their partner, and they were asked to rate their immediate satisfaction in different perceptual domains. The answers were grouped and transferred to a rating scale going from 0 to 10. The average results are shown in this figure. As you can see, the ratings of immediate acceptance and satisfaction were generally very high, and the high ratings of speech clearly reflects the impact of augmented focus. Another striking and very satisfying observation was that none of the participants experienced any issue with internal noise, artifacts, or feedback. The participants also completed a speech and noise test, where sentences were presented from the front while distracting noise was presented from a speaker behind them. The test determined the speech reception threshold, or SRT, which is the signal-to-noise ratio, where 50% of words can be repeated correctly. So lower SRT indicates better performance. The participants were tested with both Signia AX and their own hearing aids, which were of various brands and on average about 3 years old. And the plot shows the average SRT scores for the participants' own hearing aids and for the Signia AX. A clear and statistically significant benefit of 1.8 dB, or more than 25%, was observed with Signia AX. The next plot shows that as many as 17 out of the 20 participants performed better with Signia AX than with their own hearing aids, with basically no time for acclimatization and with only minimal fine-tuning being done. These results of the speech test, together with the immediate acceptance ratings, clearly indicate the potential of Signia AX, and in particular, augmented focus. So, you've now heard about our new Signia AX line of products and the technology behind it. Here, to wrap things up, is our Group Chief Marketing Officer, Martin Bamentlo.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you for showing how this new technology has an amazing impact on consumers, allowing them to be at their best. And thank you all for tuning in to this Signia Augmented Xperience launch event. As you're all very well aware of, we in the audiology industry have struggled for decades to overcome the problem of having only one sound signal to process. This signal mixes target speech with background sound. And the focus has always been on finding the most tolerable compromises for the wearer. We've come a long way, but have always stayed within this paradigm until today. We're confident that with Signia Augmented Xperience, those long years of imperfect solutions are finally over. We're proud and excited to present this new technological development to you today, and we hope you are too. Our testing demonstrates a significant improvement in user satisfaction. And you heard for yourself how big a difference it can make for the wearer's sound experience, and therefore for the quality of life of your patients. We at Signia strive to empower wearers of hearing aids to help them gain an advantage. And with the brand new Signia Augmented Xperience platform, we're taking a big leap forward. We're celebrating this moment with the launch of our new campaign video, which I would like to show to you right now. But before we do so, I would like to invite you to join us in bringing those vastly improved Signia Augmented Xperience solutions into the hands, and more importantly, onto the ears of users everywhere. Together, we can make a difference.
It's a really nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your grace, got me feeling some kind of way. Yeah, you're keeping me sane, got me in my right brain. I can't explain, but I'm feeling some kind of way. You got me like, ooh, I can shake it. Breathing in your grace like, ooh, I won't trade it. You got me like, ooh, I can shake it. Living in the space like, ooh.